The 2018 Major League season starts in 5 days, which means we're only 6 days away from the Miami Marlins being mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. Let's talk about baseball. Jokes about baseball! Yeah. Hello, Internet friends. My name is Nick Suss, and this is Jokes About Baseball, the only show where I tell you jokes about baseball. And the big story in baseball this week, opening day is upon us, y'all! Ham? That was supposed to be an air horn. Our production team is not very good. Anyway, opening day, it's a great celebration and something really cool this year. For the first time since 1968, all 30 teams in Major League Baseball are going to be opening on the same day, which I think is awesome. I think it's really fitting because Bartolo Colon gets to end his career the same way he started it. One thing I'm not a big fan of this year, though, the world champion Houston Astros, they have to start their season. Their opening series is on the road against their arch-rival Texas Rangers. And call me old-fashioned, but I believe if you win the World Series, you have earned the right to start your season at home. I'm a little angry for them, I'll admit. And if I'm them, if I am the Houston Astros, I'm going out and I'm thinking of doing something to get revenge on my arch-rivals. They get to start the season at home. What did they do to earn it? I'm scouring through free agency. I'm looking for somebody that they don't like to try to make them angry. That guy. That's a good pick. How about him? Because side note, how is Jose Bautista still a free agent? I know he's not what he used to be. I know he's not going to come out and be an MVP caliber player, but he's still a guy who can hit .220 with 25 home runs. You mean to tell me there isn't an AL team that could use that? I'm looking at you, Baltimore Orioles. That's your entire team. Every single player on your roster is a .220 guy with 25 homers. And I get it. Jose Bautista and the Baltimore Orioles have beef. But let me break it to you. Every single team has beef with Jose Bautista. The only Jose who has started more unnecessary fights is Jose Cuervo. But I want to see him on the Orioles. I want to see him hit the ball in Camden Yard. And most importantly, I want to see him play for Buck Showalter. Because when I hear the words Buck and Bautista, I don't think about baseball. I think of a really awesome cop show on TNT. Rizzoli and Isles? That was the really awesome cop show we thought of? Production team. This is our first episode. You gotta step it up. Whatever. So one of the big stories of this offseason, changing gears, was the Philadelphia Phillies. They made a lot of big changes to try to improve the team. They brought in Jake Arrieta, they brought in Carlos Santana, and a new manager in Gabe Kapler. And this week, to preview the season, I actually got to sit down with a Phillies fan to talk to him about what he thought of this offseason. As you can see, I am sitting here with a guy in a Phillies hat. Thank you for joining me today.
Go Phils.
So, let's talk about this offseason. Obviously, a lot happened with the Phillies this year. What was your favorite part of the winter?
That would unquestionably be February 4th.
What?
And really the rest of, or the early parts of February.
What was so important about those weeks?
Well, if you do not recall, on February 4th, my Eagles won the Super Bowl.
Right. Yes. Congratulations to your Eagles. But this is Jokes About Baseball. We're here to talk about baseball, so let's focus a little bit on the Phillies. Obviously had a lot going on this season. What did you think of the Gabe Kapler hire?
Is he the new offensive coordinator for the Eagles?
No, I'm sorry. Gabe Kapler is the new manager of the Philadelphia Phillies.
You know who's a good manager?
Who?
Nick Foles. My boy Nick Foles in the Super Bowl. Did you see the way he managed that game?
Okay, yes, that was a very, very good game, but we are here to talk about baseball. What about Jake Arrieta? You guys signed Jake Arrieta. What'd you think of that signing?
Is that the guy with the beard?
Yeah, he's the pitcher from the Cubs with the beard.
You know who else has a beard?
Who?
Jason Kelsey. Just want to let you know, I'm going to do the speech.
No, don't do the speech.
I'm going to do the speech.
We're done here. Cut.
Howie Roseman.
Cut! Weird. I'm sorry, I thought that was going to go better. I should have expected more from a Phillies fan. But let's get back to talking about baseball. I don't know if you guys saw this, but last week the Milwaukee Brewers did something really cool. They reenacted a bunch of scenes from the movie The Sandlot. Yeah, I mean, take a look. They all dressed up as their favorite characters. It was a really cool thing they did. Not to be outdone, I've heard the Tampa Bay Rays are going to be doing something similar this year. Yeah, for the 30th anniversary of the movie Bull Durham coming out, they're actually just going to play with nothing but minor leaguers for the entire season. It's really cool. It's a nice homage, if you don't ask me. But before we go, let's talk about the biggest news of the offseason, and that, of course, is Shohei Ohtani. The Los Angeles Angels signed the man known as Japan's Babe Ruth. He's going to hit, he's going to pitch, and perhaps most importantly, he's going to provide protection in that lineup for MVP outfielder Mike Trout. When asked about the Ohtani signing, Trout said nothing. Mike Trout said nothing. He's the least charismatic star in the world. He has never said anything. One time I stood in the same room as the guy for an hour, and I'm pretty sure he never talked. I don't think he moved his mouth.
You know Trout's an Eagles fan, right?
Gosh, dang it.
Eagles fly.
I forgot to grease my telephone poles. He's still here. I've got to go take him down. Thank you guys for watching this. It's been fun. I'll talk to you guys next week on Jokes About Baseball.